Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today, you see above me, I'm at the Museum of the Human Eye here in San Francisco. So let's go check it out and see what we can discover in this bizarre museum of the human eyeball. All right, come along. So for starters, they have some old stereographic cards here. Here's one of those early stereo, like 3D viewing devices from early 1900s. Fun fact, if one eye is out of alignment, the brain tends to ignore the deviating eye to avoid double vision. After visual maturity, a child will lose its ability to see sharply through that eye. Here's some drawings of the eyeballs. And these are from the very early 1800s. And then here we got the eye, all the different parts of the eyeball. I know about the retina and the cornea. Surgical anatomy, 68 color panels, and the general anatomy. And here's kind of a creepy picture. Model. This model here is from the 1930s. Here's a big model showing your pupil constantly changing when the light's on and the lights are off. Also, if you have a cat and your cat is in playful mode, that's what his eyes look like. He or she's eyes. Another eyeball fun fact here. It says the retina, the front of the eye is curved, which means the image received by the retina is upside down. This puzzled early scientists who didn't realize that the retina sends coded information, not whole pictures, through the optic nerve to the brain. We are amazing creatures, aren't we? The optic nerve contains more than 1 million fibers connecting directly to your brain. These fibers receive coded electric pulses from the retina to convey them the visual center of the brain in less than 1/10 of a second. Some more old devices here. Electricity and batteries. Batteries and small devices capable of delivering mild electrical shock were popular for home use in the 19th and 20th centuries. It was claimed that they could cure all manners of problems by stimulating blood vessels. These devices often emitted light, heat, and small electrical shocks, causing patients to believe they were working. So these are basically, this part of the museum is showing the scams that were going on. And what it says above it, patient medicine. In the 19th century, over-the-counter medications were called patient medicines. Unlike today, many of them were developed by people with no medical background whatsoever. Before 1906, the Pure Food and Drug Act, these medicines did not need to list their ingredients or prove their safety. These are some examples of them. Snake oil salesman. More quack devices. It says, sight restorers. Many quacks made money by claiming patients could restore their sight with a simple home device. These sight restorers supposedly exercise eye muscles, increasing blood flow and reshaping the cornea to make the eye stronger. Welcome to the scam universe. Better sight vibrator. I guess you put it on your eye and you tap it and it sends a vibrating signal. Very interesting.
I mean, you can also imagine that.
Above this panel of buttons is a 3D tactile image featuring a silver coin minted by the Holy Roman Empire during the 18th century. In the center is an image of a human eye and eyebrow floating above the city skyline. Circling the coin is a German language inscription. The edge of the coin has a ring of small raised dots. 5 touch-activated sensors that activate audio are embedded throughout the image. Use your fingers to. This is a silver coin issued during the 18th century, the 1700s, called a ducat. Circling the coin is an inscription written in German. A major feature of this 18th century ducat is an image of a human eye and eyebrow. It is a symbol called the Eye of Providence, which represents divine protection and approval. This symbol was prevalent in Europe and in the Americas during the 18th and 19th centuries. On this 18th century ducat, an eye is floating over a city skyline. The city has wooden, half-timbered buildings and church steeples. It is a typical view of a city in the Holy Roman Empire. This coin was minted in both silver and gold.
These are some interesting devices here to detect glaucoma. And below it shows some of the people that have had it. Bono and Ray Charles. Some examples. Some old eye tools here. In this display here, they show that eye surgeons use 3D to see better. I don't know if it'll work on the camera, but we'll try it. It says here this machine was developed the first to reshape frozen human cornea tissue, which could then be surgically put back into eyes. Looks like a medieval torture device to me.
Above this panel of buttons is a 3D tactile image featuring a house cat lying down with its head facing forward on a plain white background. The cat's fur is orange, brown, and white striped. Both eyes are open. 5 touch-activated sensors that activate audio are embedded. Cats have excellent night vision because they have large eyes and pupils that let in the maximum amount of light when it's dark out. During the daytime, cats' pupils constrict to thin vertical slits. This tiny opening lets in just enough light for cats to see without hurting their delicate retinas. Human eyelids act as windshield wipers, spreading tears with every blink to keep the eye wet and wash away bacteria. Cat eyelids have the same function, but cats also have a third inner eyelid called the nictitating membrane. While the exact function of the third eyelid is not completely understood, it is believed that this eyelid is used to protect the cat's very large cornea from injury. Cats have excellent night vision because they have a special structure inside their eyes called a tapetum. The tapetum is a reflective layer of cells that does not exist in human eyes. It reflects and magnifies light, helping cats see better in dim light. It can also make cat eyes appear to glow in the dark. Other animals with tapetums include sharks, cows, crocodiles, deer, and moths.
Stare at one spot in the image for 10 seconds. Notice anything? Your retina are hardwired to see sharp contrast. When you stare at a low contrast or fuzzy image, your brain stops paying attention and the image begins to fade away. This is another cool thing. You see the lines here and how every color is a different shade? When you cover one of the lines, suddenly that different shade becomes one. So what's happening? Each gray band appears darker on its left next to a lighter band, and the lighter on its right next to the darker band. This happens because the retina is extremely sensitive to contrast and amplifies the difference between light and dark at the edges of each band. When the slider covers the edge, the illusion is broken on either side of the bar, and you can tell that the adjacent gray band are evenly colored. Here is a little movie. Your retina is hardwired to see light and dark contrasts. The images flickering through the zoetrope trigger the retina to rapidly code information and upload to your brain. Your brain interprets the changes more slowly, merging the images together. This is called persistence of vision. These are different test charts. And color vision test. All from early 1900s to late 1800s. The color red. Let's say it's a fact. Some animals, like dogs and cats, see fewer colors than humans. Dogs, for instance, can't tell red from green. Interesting. This is a Spitfire from World War II, and this is the canopy. And there was a guy that noticed that the splinters from the acrylic did not upset the pilot's eyes, and therefore they used acrylic for lenses in eyes. That's a bizarre fun fact there, huh? These are all glass eyes, and to get a better picture of them, the wall of glass eyes. And some of these are like artwork. Look at this. The detail in these. Pretty amazing. Your eye has its own microbiome. Myth. Fact. Like the gut, the eye has a unique microbiome. Healthy communities of bacteria, viruses that live on or in our bodies. Because tears limit bacterial growth, the eye's microbiome is much simpler. Did not know that.
Our ability to see is one of the greatest gifts. And what makes vision possible is one of the greatest marvels. Light rays enter your eye, passing through the cornea, pupil, and lens. Next, the light passes through the vitreous, a clear gel-like substance that fills the middle of the eye. Finally, the light reaches the retina, the light-sensitive tissue lining the back of the eye. The retina sends signals through the optic nerve to the brain, where the signals become the images you see.
Well, that was interesting. They didn't have a ton of stuff on display, but some interesting things to look at. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you like what I'm doing, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you on my next journey. Peace.